Okay, I want to do this problem now. So we are supposed to fill in this table. So let me. All right. So let's see. Tangent of t. Remember, tangent of t is sine of t over cosine of t. So we cannot divide by 0 if sine of t divided by cosine of t, and at this point it's going to be 0 over 1, which is 0. Okay, secant of t is 1 over cosine of t. We cannot divide by 0, but this is not 0. Cosine of t is not 0, so that's going to be 1 over 1. Okay, no problem. Now cotangent of t on the other hand is cosine of t over sine of t, and unfortunately sine is 0 here, so this is undefined. Okay, now let's look at the pi over 2. So pi over 2, well, first of all, let me, this is the second row. Pi over 2 is going to land you right here. Okay, and the value of sine is on the vertical axis and cosine is on the horizontal axis. The value of the sine is 1 and the value of cosine is 0, and of course tangent you're dividing by 0, so this is undefined. Okay, and cosecant, remember cosecant of t is 1 over sine t, and the value of sine t is 1, so this is a 1, and secant of t is 1 over cosine, but cosine is 0, so this is undefined. Cotangent, just look at the definition of cotangent, it's right here, is cosine over sine, no problem, 0 over 1 is going to give you 0. Okay, let's look at pi. Now pi is going to land you, okay, pi is going to land you, not sure, pi is going to land you here, okay, where the value of cosine is -1 and the value of sine is 0. So when it comes to cosecant is 1 over sine, this is undefined, and secant is 1 over cosine, and because cosine is -1, this is -1. 1 over -1 is -1. Finally, let's go 3 pi over 2. 3 pi over 2 will land you there. This is 3 pi over 2. The value of sine is -1. The value of cosine is 0. Tangent is sine over cosine, and obviously this is undefined. Sine over cosine, cosine is 0, undefined. And cosecant is right here, 1 over sine, and sine is -1, so this is -1. And secant is 1 over cosine, but cosine is 0, so this is undefined. And finally, cotangent is cosine over sine, no problem. Cosine is 0, sine is -1, 0 over -1 is 0. Okay, let's go to this problem. It says, all right, the terminal point is given by these coordinates. So let's see now, there we are. So this is the, remember, this is the cosine axis, this is the sine axis, okay, and it says that the coordinates are 3 over 5 and 4 over 5. Now 3 over 5 and 4 over 5 is somewhere here, okay. If it's somewhere there, this is your x, which is the same as cosine, and this is your y, which is the same as sine. So the moral of the story is that cosine of the parameter t is 3 over 5, and sine of the parameter t is 4 over 5. Okay, and the tangent, of course, tangent of t is going to be sine over cosine, and this is going to be 4 over 3. That takes care of 29. Let me do 20. Let me do the other one, 32. Okay. Okay. So what do we know? The terminal point is negative right there, negative x and negative y. This is x, which is cosine of t. This is y, which is sine of t. You have to memorize these, okay? Now we are at some location here. This is my x, and this is my y. Both of them are negative. So the cosine of t is precisely what this thing is, minus 1/3. And sine of t is precisely what y is. And y is minus 2 root 2 over 3. Obviously, tangent of t is going to be the ratio of sine over cosine. And if you do this, you're going to get minus 2 root 2 over 3 divided by minus 1/3. And this is going to be a positive 2 root 2. That should not surprise you. Anything in the third quadrant, this is third quadrant, this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3. This is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, and this is quadrant 3. Anything in quadrant 3 has a negative cosine, negative sine, positive tangent, and positive cotangent. And you can figure it out as secant and cosecant are both negative. Okay, so I'm going to stop this.